once again, thank you for being here. I treasure you. Episode 12, what the fuck. And yeah, welcome back to Dragon Age. Oh wait, I need to do the thing. I need to do the thing. Wait. There we go. Welcome back to Dragon Age.
Previously on Dragon Age Inquisition.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember... running. Things were chasing me and then... a woman?
A woman?
She reached out to me.
Go to the forward camp, Leliana. I will take her to the rift. We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
I closed that thing. How?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever.
As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. Help us fix this before it's too late.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard and Enchantress to the Imperial Court. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Obey me. Arrow in my face. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a warden. Maybe you need me.
Warden Blackwall? The Inquisition accepts your offer.
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us. But you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better.
Dorian of House Parvis, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Forces approaching! To arms!
Move! Now!
Enough! Know me. Know what you have pretended to be. Exalt the Elder One. The will that is Corypheus.
The threat Corypheus wields. The orb he carried. It is ours. And we must prepare for their reaction when they learn the orb is of our people.
The Inquisition requires a leader. The one who has already been leading it.
Meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
So Corypheus has the Venatori, the Red Templars, and now possibly the Wardens as well.
Grey Wardens are gathering here, in the western approach. Meet me there, and we will find answers.
Chlorel, if you complete that ritual, you're doing exactly what Eramond wants.
I honor your bravery, my brothers and sisters. But this is not the way. You have been tricked. Where are we? Are we dead?
No. This is the Fade.
You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor. The memories you have lost were taken by the demon that serves Corypheus. When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me! What's going on here? Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself.
This is the breach back in Haven. That's how I escaped.
Keep running! Ah! Go!
It was you.
It seems you hold the key to our salvation. You had sealed it with a gesture. And right then, I felt the whole world change. We shouldn't. It isn't right. Not even here.
This isn't real.
That's a matter of debate. Probably best discussed after you wake up.
Don't go.
It would be kinder in the long run. But losing you would. Arlath Mavanan.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall, until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... The Knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters. The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
As the Seekers of Truth have proven resistant to the effects of red lyrium, the Elder One has seen fit to place them in your care. Reclaim your destiny, and know that the Elder One expects your devotion as repayment. Signed by Lord Samson, Commander of the Red Templars. I thought to rebuild the Seekers once victory was ours. Now I'm not certain it deserves to be rebuilt.
Rebuild the Seekers. Make them better than they were.
I've made some inquiries into the Imperial Court. The sooner we deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The Empress is in the middle of a civil war. Her cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard, seeks to take her throne by force. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there.
The Venatori are planning some kind of attack on the Imperial Court. Corypheus may even be fueling the conflict between the Empress and her cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard. If we warn Celine, she may prove a most valuable ally against Corypheus.
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey. Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
Listen, my friend. This piece is your doing. You truly are the instrument of Andraste. Orlais will never forget your part in this. Nor will I. Lords and ladies of the court, the civil war which has plagued us is at an end. The Orlesian Empire is whole again.
Everyone suddenly wants to talk to me. You, at least, I'm glad to see.
Then I have happy news, as you shall be seeing a great deal more of me.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan. We strike Corypheus now, while his people are reeling. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous. This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead? I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them.
Corypheus wants to come here.
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh.
You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
Welcome to Dragon Age! Welcome to Dragon Age! Welcome. Hi Slytherin. Hi Jen. How are we doing? How are we doing? She's so hot. Morrigan is so hot. I'm dying. Dying. Once again, apologies for the shitty controller that I have. I will hopefully be able to get a new one soon. But right now, this is what we got. But welcome in everyone. Welcome in to episode 12. Episode 12 of Dragon Age. Today we're gonna be making friends. Making friends today. Oh, the music is gorgeous. So last we were here, we ended up in here. So let's see how we're doing. I need to go to my inventory to put things in. This is where we start. Start off strong. This controller is so broken. Jesus and fuck. Can I like, is there anything I can do to hold it? No, let's just leave. Okay. That's what we've got going on for us. Welcome in. So, as always, the fact that trailer could be a completely different the next playthrough. Exactly. I've made life really difficult for myself. It can be entirely different if we ever play it again. But even like the way that this game is so detailed, when I make the trailers, I'm having to look back at, right, is that relevant anymore? Have we finished that arc? Are we on to the next one? But there's some stuff that like, the whole bit with like, my father's joined a cult, that's the first you hear of the Venatori, so that's that I have to keep that in for context of who they are and why they're important. And a little bit about the Grey Wardens, because then without the bit of the Grey Wardens you wouldn't know that they went into the Fade, and you wouldn't have got the, like, it's so, oh, we have an Inquisition perk. Love to see it. Okay, what could we get? Masash's method, a methodology developed by our Legion Blade Master and used by Chevaliers to analyze their performance in combat. Better XP, training and proper weight distribution during hard riding, significant rider posture. Okay. Second tier focus, right. Maximum focus from 100 to 200. Okay. Harsh environment training. All party members gain a 10% increase to defenses. More healing potions. Many mages from all over Thedas have joined the Inquisition, hoping for some degree of order and protection. Reverse engineering their robes and staves will provide new rare schematics. Rogue schematics, warrior schematics. Right, secrets. No. Grants a significant increase to the discovery range of the searching action. That would be really useful. Enhanced studies. Bolster the number of researchers working to study those who stand against the Inquisition. Grants an additional 50% XP for each foe studied, including those already completed. Okay. Gain a collection of tier 1 herbs. Okay. Connections. That's basically like for selling things. Rare stocks, friends in high places. I feel like Eagle-Eyed would be really useful for the discovery range. Let's do that. Okay. Welcome back to the war table. We are gonna head in and see. There's so much to do now that we've finished this bit. Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts is finished. Support from Nevada. A letter delivered to Skyhold. It was a pleasure meeting with your representatives. We are happy to lend the Inquisition our support. From Tyrion Veneto, on behalf of Her Grace Duchess Amalia. Stunning. A present for Bianca. We've got a lot that we need to do. Truth or Dare, the Endgame. Aid those impacted by civil war. There's loads of stuff happening over here since we did this. So, Dance with the Dowager. Oh, we do need to do that, actually. My dear Inquisitor Ilana, there was no time for us to dance in the Winter Palace, but perhaps I might claim that dance you offered now. You may not be familiar with the Alamande. It is the prelude to every great movement in music and in the game. I would be happy to teach you the steps. To begin, the couples form two lines facing one another, south of the Imperial Highway between Versailles and Montsimard. There is the Yelaine Basin. It is a beautiful place of walnut groves, hollyhocks, and fifth-rate meaderies that recently lost its lord to the Civil War. On the western edge of Yelaine, the hopeful young Comte de Poisson stands, lining up his little toy soldiers for a quick and quiet invasion. Surely you would not leave the poor boy without a dance partner. If the Inquisition defends lordless Yelaine Basin, it might perhaps be considered your property. Be mindful of the steps, my dear. Let's be subtle about it.
Inquisitor.
Okay. Aid those impacted by the Civil War. The Imperial Army will aid the Inquisition's forces against Corypheus, but they must also address lingering issues at home. Send Cullen for army things. Ambassador Montilier. We have never met, but I believe you have, through discreet means, saved me from a most disagreeable connection. As I dislike being indebted to anyone, I shall endeavour to repay you with the news item of some interest. Were you aware that the Grand Duchess of Leeds recently paid a visit to Lake Celestine? Indeed, she stayed an entire fortnight as a guest of Duke Alvan Blanchard of Valmontaigne. In light of her other connections and the curious amount of coin which spread across the region in the aftermath, you may wish to pay him a call. Sincerely, Duke Valère Fontaine. That's a long one, we might do that later. Unmask those across the sea, also a long one. A present for Bianca. Send
Inquisitor.
it. There we go. Right, we've put stuff on, there's more stuff to do. Stunning. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go talk to people. Hi Deck, welcome in my love. Herbert Lurking, hope you're well. Glad to have you. Appreciate you very much. I hope you're looking after yourself today. Today and always. Right, let's start with Josephine.
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
You don't see the Empress of Orlais almost killed in cold blood every day.
Not so brazenly, no. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger. Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Playing the game was thrilling. We did just make history.
Indeed. Tales of this affair have begun circulating in Val Royeaux. Although I do wish Varric would show a bit more restraint in his accounts of the evening. Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
Perhaps the Maker set these events in motion so long ago we can no longer see his hand in them.
It would be fitting if that were true. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
It looks strange, but it hasn't done me harm.
If it did come from Corypheus, that's a small mercy. A situation requires your attention, Inquisitor. Noble Chantry loyalists in the city of Jadar are spreading accusations that you're responsible for the Divine's death. They're unusually organized. I recommend we send people to Jadar to deal with the matter.
Will anyone even believe me if I claim I didn't kill the Divine?
Perhaps if they learn about your heroics. We should emphasize how you stopped the breach devouring the sky. Even in Jadar, it may win you a few admirers.
What does the nobility gain by saying I murdered Justinia?
A scapegoat to begin with, but I wonder if the Grand Clerics are at work. Those immediately eligible to be divine died at the Conclave. The ones remaining were not as favored. They may look upon you as a rival for influence.
Why don't we counter these falsehoods by starting rumors of our own?
A whisper campaign. It would show those in the know we have some subtlety at our command. We've an interesting development, Inquisitor. A petition from citizens of Val Royeaux. They wish to know what Andraste said to you in the Faith.
They think she spoke to me.
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
The Inquisition won't answer their petition. That's all.
They will be disappointed, but rumor will eventually fill in words for us. Let us hope they stay within reason. I was hoping you'd be by. We've received letters from Archon Redanus of Tevinter and King Marcus of Nevara. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
Then the Inquisition's deeds have won their respect.
They'd never have contacted us otherwise. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a venatory cult on the Nevaran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Nevara instead of Tevinter.
Inform King Marcus the Inquisition will wipe the Venatori from his borders.
Very well. It will be done. It's good to see you.
We're getting to know her now.
Who rules Antiva?
Officially, the Principality of Antiva is governed by His Majesty King Fugelno II. In reality, Antiva's merchant princes rule the country in everything but name. Quite loudly, I might add.
What sort of dealings did you have with these merchant families?
As ambassador, I attended Privy Council meetings in a mediatory capacity. May I just say, one has never heard an argument until they've sat in on 15 princes howling down each other's tariff suggestions.
That sounds more like a mob than a meeting.
It's all a part of life in Antiva. Our traditions value passion and romance. A certain exuberance of style.
Are you positive you're Antivan?
I can be most exuberant when it's called for. Just at the right moments, and in a proper fashion. Might we speak of something else?
You and Leliana appear to know each other.
We met... let me think. We met the last few years of my schooling, but we became friends after I became ambassador to Olay. It seems terrifyingly long ago now.
How exactly did you and Leliana reconnect in the Inquisition?
I discovered my family had been overcharging a merchant we traded with for months. Our name carries a great deal of trust in Antiva. I spent weeks arranging a string of favors as suitable recompense. Apparently satisfied, the merchant extended me an invitation to her estate. Leliana greeted me in place of the merchant.
I assume there was more to it than a strange way to say hello.
It was a test of sorts. Leliana claimed she needed someone of painful integrity for the Inquisition. I accepted, once she finally explained what it was.
Do you remain close?
Yes, but she's grown so much more distant than the outgoing woman I met in Valroyo. Leliana used to wander the Orlesian courts, singing the sweetest songs, charming the greatest wits. Now she collects secrets and takes risks that would make empires tremble. I worry, but she will not hear it.
Does Leliana confide in you?
She enjoys revisiting our more disastrous adventures. Leliana used to concoct the most ridiculous plans. Run if you ever see her with a twine ball, a measuring stick, and a handkerchief.
What's the land like in Antiva?
The settled areas are quite lush. The vineyards run as far as the eye can see in some places. Antiva City, however, arches right up against the Rialto Bay. That's what I miss most. The sea crashing against the maze of the docks.
I have difficulty seeing you wandering around a trading port.
Everyone in Antiva City spends time by the ships, my lady. The finest restaurants and poets all make their habitation by the sea. The waterfronts never still. Lanterns are lit along the promenade no matter what the weather.
Are you ever homesick?
Occasionally. When a breeze stirs the trees in the garden, I sometimes pretend it's the sound of the surf. Do you know, I even miss those terrible squawking birds infesting the harbor. My youngest sister used to throw whole loaves of bread to the gulls. Silly thing.
Tell me about the Montiliers.
Well, my parents are alive and in good health. They live in our estate in Antiva City. Of my 4 siblings, most attend to the running of the family vineyards. That reminds me, I must ask someone to make sure Yvette attends the spring reception at the palace. My youngest sister has no head for social engagements.
Why are you overseeing your siblings' social lives?
It's Antivan custom. After a certain age, the heir apparent runs the family's estate to prove they're worthy of succession. If you're unfit for the task, the heads of the house, usually one's parents, may decree a new heir.
What do these Antivan heads of their households do if they don't run it?
They work and provide guidance. I've taken advice from my parents. Well, mostly mother. Father's more of an artist. It's rather gauche, but we never can dissuade him from running his own salons. Between him and my siblings, mother's looking forward to my taking over the estate.
I imagine there must be give and take between a family heir and their parents.
There is a fair amount of arbitration. Bickering, if one is less polite. But managing the estate is my duty. As much work as it is, I will not shirk it.
Is running your family's estate that important to you?
I'm responsible for their welfare. A Montilier never shuns their familial duty. Taxing as those duties can sometimes be.
Maybe your siblings could help lighten your burden.
You don't know them. But Lorien in charge, or Antoine, or Yvette? No, truly. It must be me.
Where were you raised, Josephine?
I was born in Antiva City, but when I turned 15, Mother declared I'd attend finishing school in Valroyo. But I bawled into her skirts the day I had to leave.
You must have missed her terribly.
I did. And she was most unsympathetic to my wailing. But my mother only wanted the best for me. Living in Orlais was an education in itself.
What did you learn at this finishing school in Valroyo?
Among other things, mathematics, rhetoric, poetry, history, logic, and a great deal of etiquette. I still remember Madame Beventir's switch on my knuckles when I forgot the basic tenets of Nevaran dining customs. For a dowager approaching her 80th year, she had quite the arm.
How did the younger you like Valroyo when you arrived?
Have you ever stepped into a new city and felt the buildings couldn't possibly be real? That was Valroyo to me. So beautifully foreign, I gaped at its spires for months.
Does Antiva City have nothing that compares to Valroyo?
Antiva City is a jewel among the capitals. But I did not appreciate that before I traveled. There are multitudes of places I'd like to see. Saharan, the Anderfels, whatever lies past the Amaranthine Ocean.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
So have we done
A
it?
pleasure.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
The Iron Bull has had to have made an impression.
He is a loud, unapologetic accident merely waiting to happen. I do wish he'd stop daring poor dignitaries to outdrink him.
What's your impression of Solus?
I suppose I should be wary of an apostate, but our elven mage has conducted himself with the utmost propriety. And he has the most fascinating stories.
I was thinking of Varric.
Oh, I could listen to his tales for hours. He actually let me read a chapter of his next book he's writing. My friends would be sick with envy if they knew. It's excellent, but a bit different from his past works. Only 3 beheadings so far.
Commander Cullen came to mind.
The commander is an intelligent, cautious man. I'm grateful he's in charge of our standing army. Still, he does sometimes resemble the man with a hammer to whom everything appears as a nail.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
Okay. Okay. We learned a lot about her just then. Lots of info. And it seems we have judging to do, friends. So let's prepare. Sorry for my squeaky chair.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
Wait, is she dead? Are we judging her dead body? She's in the box.
There is worth and weight in every judgment, no matter how unusual.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
Grand Duchess Florian de Chalon? Guilty. Your claims are forfeit. I assume, Josephine, this is enough?
Quite, Inquisitor. And again, my apologies.
Well, I think she got told. I think she got given quite the sentence. You're all welcome. How are we doing with these? We're doing quite well with these mosaics. I'm quite proud of us with the mosaics. Who do we want to go speak to next? Is there anyone in particular that we want? We're going to speak to everyone today. We might split it up a little bit, but we'll do one more person and then we might go out exploring for a bit. Who do we want to go say hi to? We've got Solus, we've got Varric, we've got Cullen, Cassandra, Leliana, Dorian, Sarah, Bull, Blackwall, and Cole. There's a lot of people. Some people we haven't spoken to a lot. Solus? Okay. Let's go speak to Solus. And then we can get on with the day. Ooh. Hi.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Sharal, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
Has he been to court before? I thought he was like... He does seem like a bit of a royal, but is he royal?
I'm pleased you had a good time.
Political gambits, broken promises, half-truths. It is a palace full of motivation, and motivation is where great things happen. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, especially after helping her neutralize Briala.
Am I sensing concern over how we dealt with Briala?
No. Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves. I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
I don't know what to respond to that. I don't know, because I feel like he won't take kindly to me being like, you should consider it. Because that seems really judgy. But I don't want to make him feel bad. And I don't want to be angry at him. So maybe just agree?
Nor should you. You're not defined by the shape of your ears. They're not your people.
No, they are not. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, Briala did what she could. She was an admirable woman, even if her gambit failed.
You're an admirable man. Not many people know who they are the way you do.
Thank you. Both for saying that and for seeing that. Few in this world can see me, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears. Hello.
Hello!
I need to know more about Corypheus.
He has lost his army, and he has lost Orlais. That eliminates military or political means to rebuild Tevinter. He will need to demonstrate that no one in this world can stand against his magic. It will not be subtle.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shiral.
A sweet bean! Let's see Varric before we go.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you. You're just in time. We almost had to start without you.
What exactly were you starting without me now?
I found her, Ruffles. Deal her in.
Oh!
I do hope I recall the rules. It's been ages since I've played a game of Wicked Grace.
Grab a seat. We're ready to start.
Are we playing cards or what?
There's a crown on his head, but a sword too. His head didn't want either.
Don't talk to the face cards, kid.
You seem to have enough people. I have 1,000 things to do.
Losing money can be both relaxing and habit-forming. Give it a try.
Curly, if any man in history ever needed a hobby, it's you.
Dealer starts. Oh, I believe I'll start at... Oh, 3 coppers. Do you think that's too daring? Maybe I'll make it 1. No. Boldness. 3 it is.
Seriously, who starts at 3 coppers? Silver or go home?
Sounds good. I'm in.
Bolder the better, right? I'm in.
Me too. Well, are you in?
Of course. Deal me in, Josephine.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad you're joining us.
Ante up, Inquisitor.
The poor recruit ran out into the dining hall in nothing but his knickers. And this profound silence fell over the hall as 70 mages and 30 Templars all turned to stare at once. Then, a slow round of applause began and spread until every soul was on their feet. A standing ovation.
What did he do?
Saluted, turned on his heel, and marched out like he was in full armor.
Good man.
You're shitting us.
That's how you know it's true. I could never put that in a book. Too unlikely.
I've got one for you. The clan decided to camp near this ruined fortress, right on the edge of the Tirashan, dark as the bottom of a well. The keeper swore up and down it was safe, but some of the hunters started hearing noises in the middle of the night. They ran out of there fast as you think, bare asses shining in the moonlight the whole way back to their village.
Not bad. You don't mind if I steal that one, do you?
Well done. You ought to tell stories more often.
I like the part with the rabbit. There should be more rabbits in stories.
That was scandalous. It would ruin the Inquisition if anyone found out. Tell it again. And the dealer takes everything. I win again.
Deal again. I've figured out your tells, Lady Ambassador.
Commander, everyone knows a lady has no tells.
Then let's see if your good fortune lasts one more hand.
I want another chance to win my dignity back. Deal me in.
Don't say a word, dwarf.
I tried to warn you, Curly.
Never bet against an Antivan, Commander.
It comes off. I didn't know it came off.
I'm glad you decided to join us tonight. It's too easy to mistake you for the Inquisitor.
I enjoyed this.
See? That's what I mean. It's easy to forget you're not just an icon or symbol. Like those statues of Andraste holding bowls of fire. At least it is for me. You up for another game when this is all over, Inquisitor?
I wouldn't miss it.
Good. It'll take me a while to talk Cullen into it. Maybe I'll work the revenge angle.
Who's that? Did I win?
Oh, I loved that. I loved that so much. Oh, a vibe. Fully much. Like, set it under the table, like, what's happening? Mm-hmm.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
Tell me more about Bianca.
I'm not making any promises here. Ask.
What makes the Merchants Guild such a danger to her?
Well, to be fair, it's more of a danger to me. Technically, we're not supposed to be within 300 leagues of one another. If it got back to the guild that we were seen together, they'd freeze my assets and then have me killed. Maybe not in that order.
What in the world did you do to cause that?
We almost started a clan war. Does it matter? I can't change it now.
How do you know Bianca? The lady, I mean, not the crossbow.
I met her years ago when she still lived
Yeah,
in
Jen, I think
Kirkwall, and
I
was
am.
looking for someone with,
I'm going to try and do as
mechanical
much of the
skills.
companion
Bianca
quests and
is,
stories as I
beyond
can.
a doubt, the most brilliant smith you'll ever meet. I haven't seen her since she got married and moved to Orlais.
Bianca is married. Somehow I thought the two of you had a history.
Bianca's family are Kalnas. Surface dwarves, so conservative they don't take a piss without asking the ancestors first. They picked out a smith caste boy for her. Wealthy, respected, has a great anvil collection. The perfect husband. I heard the wedding was lovely. The one Bianca actually showed up for, anyway.
Did she leave him at the altar?
All right, tell me the truth. Bianca made your crossbow, didn't she? I mean, it has her name.
It's not that simple. The Carta thinks my Bianca was a freak success by a Carta inventor who could never duplicate it. If they thought anyone else was involved, someone who could make one work, things would be bad. So, I really can't tell the story. I don't want any more blood on my hands.
So how long have the two of you been together?
Well, if you want to split hairs, we're not. Usually there's a continent between us at all times. We write letters. Now and then we manage to meet up. I don't know if that's together. Shit, it's been what, 15 years? Great. Now I feel old. Thanks.
I guess that's it for now.
Sure. I'll be here. What can I do for you, your inquisitorialness?
Tell me the truth, Varric. Do you actually think I was sent by Andraste?
Shit. This is going to be awkward. I guess I do. Either you're guided by the hand of some higher power, or you have the worst luck.
Let's be realistic. It could be both.
You've got a point. Look at all the shit that's happened to you. You were saved from the explosion that leveled a mountaintop and fell out of the Fade. You traveled through time, faced down one of the ancient magisters who started the Blights, had a mountain fall on you, and lived. Single-handedly saved the Orlesian Empire. Stopped an army of demons. One of those things would be impossible. All of them together? That's a miracle.
So, on the basis of my extraordinarily bad luck, you think I'm Andraste's herald?
If you know the story of Andraste, you know that bad luck is sort of her thing. Something you wanted to talk about?
We're asking him a lot of questions. Bear with me, team.
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the thaig it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the Deep Roads? That's not a cheery thought.
What could the Templars want with it?
In Kirkwall, just having the lyrium idol made Knight Commander Meredith impossibly strong. Before it turned her into a lyrium statue, anyway. Maybe they thought the power was worth it, or maybe they didn't know the consequences.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject. If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
Do we have anything more about
I
Red
want to
Lyrium?
know more about Red Lyrium.
We do.
I'll tell you what I can.
I've seen it infect people like a disease and turn them to lyrium. How can it do that?
That's a good question. To tell the truth, we don't really know what that shit can do to a person. And I don't want to find out.
I think that's enough on Red Lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Right, so we need to find Red Lyrium deposits. Cool.
Need something? Or are you just here to admire the dwarf?
Always here to admire the dwarf, honey.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free Marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
I love him.
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in moneylenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem. If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
I love him so much. Can I just say that and really mean it? I love him.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined.
You can actually buy Hard in Hightown?
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
How would we feel if just a stream of me reading it?
Need something? Or are you just here to admire?
The book exists. I need to buy that book.
About this Corypheus?
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
How did you first encounter him?
Well, a few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a rune in the Vimarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful darkspawn.
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he exactly?
The Wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the blights.
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was
We've already done this
from
question.
a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a rune in the Vimarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful darkspawn.
I've never heard of Wardens locking up Darkspawn. Why wouldn't they just kill him and be done with it?
I don't think they could. From what we saw in there, Corypheus can control Warden somehow. They couldn't attack him. The Wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
You and Hawk both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
All right. I think that's enough about Corypheus.
No problem.
Okay. I think that's all from Varric. So let's do what I said we were going to do and go to the Emerald Graves. I hate that we can't. What isn't? Oh my god, is there lyrium stuff we need to do here? We have more things to do! There's more over here? We haven't really explored much of this. This is exciting. We could go do some. There's stuff we can do here anyway. Oh, that's good. We've got things to do. Cool. The Viridium Mine. There's stuff to do over here. There's stuff to do up here. There's stuff to do up here. God, there's so much to do. Direstone Camp. Where should we go? Villa Morel. Do you know what? What's this? Hunt down the problem bear. I don't want to kill any more bears in this game. I feel icky. It makes me feel horrendous. Let's go to this camp here. And we'll take our usual compadres. Not the bears. Honestly, I'm still not over it. The murder of Winnie the Pooh is haunting me. But there's a problem bear apparently. So we might have to deal with it. For the sake of the plot. But welcome back everyone to the Emerald Graves. The prettiest map in this game. Oh. I might have dropped frames. My apologies. But yes, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We changed Solus's outfit. Because it's really cute. So, yeah. It also gives him a bit more armor. And it looks like there's a shard near here, but I can't get to it currently. I want to live in this place without the demons and monsters. Oh, obviously, yes. I want to see if there's a way I can get up. Oh, obsidian. I want to see if there's a way I can get up to this shard because it's pissing me off that it's just there and I can't get to it. But yes, welcome back to the prettiest place in the whole world. We're at the Direstone Camp and we want to get to... We want to get over here. We want to get down here. Where was the place that I saw? That, the chateau. Is it the chateau? Investigate the fatal fall. We could go do that. Yeah, because it was over here. There's this place we want to go today called the Chateau de Donterre. Don't know much about it. Really want to figure it out. But we need to figure out this fatal fall that also happened. And we need to do some lyrium things. And then we'll go back and we'll speak to more pals. We are here currently, so I think maybe head down. No, do you know what? We'll head up. We'll head up. Because we've got landmarks that we can sort as well. Sounds like... I can hear fighting. Pals, what the fuck, my dudes? Things we're not gonna do is fight our allies.
Mika's breath.
Right, and we're going without the demons and monsters, honestly. Look at the little nugs, they're like little pig bunnies, and I love them. Right, heading up the hill, the way that this map would kill me with all the hills. I can't express to you. I'm not a hill girly. So this is where our camp is, and we are going to be heading up to the left. Another wolf. We've got loads of the codexes on loads of the elven gods, and there's so much more elven lore here as well, because it seems that this map is tied to the Exalted Plains somehow. This is like elven, basically. So we came down here. I'm assuming it's up this way. See, there's all these like paintings and stuff. They have hands. Wait, the nugs have hands? Bam, 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 bam. There are giant nugs. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, there's a giant. Oh, they're fighting. I'm gonna try and no fight them. I just want my landmarks. Valastalen, Dalish revere Elnora for her tireless work reviving the magical arts of lost Arlathan. I can't tell who I want to win that fight, actually. Dead? Did we kill it? How did we kill a giant but we can't kill you? We did so well. I'm really proud of us. Go team! What's in here? Read. Orders from Suladin Keep. You little shit. 3 more giants. It would be 2 if the last one hadn't died. This time, don't herd it all the way from the graves to Suladin. Keep if it already has a fatal gut wound. And don't try to hide it either. Even if you hide it, the giant is still going to die. In case your lyrium licking has made you forgetful, they need to be intact. Intact. That means no missing limbs either. See. Well. This is just gorgeous though. Like, look at it. I would happily live here. Oh, more giants. Whoa. Where is it we're going? Where is it we're going? Oh, up here. Bam, 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 bam. It's just so pretty. And there's like ruins here. Elgernon's Bastion.
We should search the area.
Oh, okay. So this is like ancient Elven, I'm assuming, because that's like an Elven thing there. What did I get? A frost rune? What do you mean my inventory's full? What do you mean? Oh, you hate to see it. I tummy just rumbled. I don't know if you could hear that. I'm so sorry. Right. Oh. Creepy. Oh no, that's thingies. Right, we can get rid of the formal attire. Beautiful. So cute. This is... Oh! No. Respectfully. No. Boom. Oh, hi.
Keep your distance, strangers.
Oh.
Or better yet, leave.
Oh, okay.
Seems you've taken an interest in this place.
What is this place?
Dinan Hanin, resting place of the Emerald Knights.
Bloody dragons.
The Order formed to guard Elven borders. Most fell during the exalted march of the Dales.
Along with our homeland. I grew up with the tales as well. The knights once walked these halls. Can you imagine?
This guy's like, I'm in the camera right now.
What are you doing here?
There's a tomb, sealed since the Second Age. I believe I can find a way through.
What do you hope to find?
The truth. Elven accounts of the Old Kingdom or the Exalted March. Do you know what that could mean? So much of our history's been lost. To regain knowledge that hasn't been distorted by the Chantry, I should stop talking. If the chamber turns out to be empty, I'll look like an idiot.
I will leave you to your work.
Doreth Shirar.
So... Okay. Ooh! Fuck yeah. So they're looking for things. That's good. There's just dragon flying about. Not as good. Not as good. Not as good at all, if I'm honest. And we are looking for red lyrium. Which is the most not good. South Finger Tower. Okay. Hi, South Finger Tower. There's Templars, Red Templars ahead. Red Templars, 12 o'clock. South Finger Watch. Wherefore art thou, evil people? If I can just, yep, stick you there. You're not meant to be able to get out of there! I hate those little fuckers, they're so awful. Hi, besties!
One down!
We found intense red lyrium. There's so many noises happening right now. Another battle! Anything else? Shit tents, guys. Come on. Right. We've never been this far up, I don't think. Where are we now? Oh, South Finger Tower. Is there anything in the tower? Can we just go see it? Prophet's Laurel. We need some of that, actually.
I can't believe that tower yet stands.
is a big ass tower, Jesus. Oh, I really don't like that I can just hear dragons flying about. You gonna get the super secret crown? There's a super secret crown? Flower crown? There's a flower crown? You're kidding me. Because you know I will. I didn't know that that existed. It feels very loud. Very, very loud. Firewater Garden. Right, we're back at Firewater Garden. Three dangaroos. Oh, I don't want to deal with... Oh, I don't know. I don't want to deal with that. No, honeys. Honeys. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. I'm just going to run. Right. Questions. Who's that? What is that? It's like the elves. Oh, oh no. Oh, you followed us? Great. Solus, I'm gonna need you to back up like 100 paces or so. I'm just saying, if there is actually a flower crown, I will wear it. Rest in pieces. Archon, that's a really nice staff. That is a really nice. Sorry. You're gonna need to find a small rock hut. A whole secret quest. Oh, I really want a flower crown, like really badly. I need to go back into this bloody inventory. I don't know why all of this is here. Okay. We go back to the looks. I really like that fire staff. It's really pretty. I wonder where this... Is it in the Emerald? It's definitely in the Emerald Graves. Because we will scour for that flower crown today if we do. New quest. Right, where are we going? Where are we? What is up here? We've been up here. We need to go scatter Robert's ashes, actually. That's one thing we need to do today. It's like elven. Like warriors. Oh. Really nice things. Whoa. Whoa. What? Why? It's giving me the fear. Then it's over there. The start of the quest in the Emerald Graves, but it ends in a Priest de Leon. Okay. Noted. Noted. Arbor Blessing. Oh, that's a big ass. Oh. Oh. That's a big ass dragon. Twisted Tree Rise. You are joking. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. I'm gonna go this way. Because I'm not dealing with that today.
Empress Celine sends a token of her gratitude.
All the way up.
Trusts that Olay and the Inquisition will remain friends.
Yeah, me too. That'd be great. Because it was a big bear. Big bear. Fuck. There's a. Oh, Jesus, it's just lethal out here. Big bear. Staying away from the big bear, cause I don't want to kill it. Ooh, Everite. Release ashes.
Make take you into his hands.
Rest in peace. Part of me hoped it was gonna be like, you know that bit in what's that movie? What's that movie? No, 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 I don't want to kill bear. No. No, we're leaving the bear alone. Leaveth the bear. And this is where we were? Yes. Because I'm not dealing with that. That looks rough. That looks rough in there with that dragon. There's a small rock formation hidden behind some bushes near a mural located east of the Direstone Inquisition camp in the Emerald Graves. The quest is obtained by jumping on top of the rocks approximately 50 times, sometimes more, sometimes less, until a voice is heard. After the first time the voice speaks, running a short distance away, then approaching it again will trigger different lines of dialogue. Interesting. What do you mean? What's over there? Ah, absolutely not. No. Oh, the bears. Right, we're gonna run this way, in fact. Because the bear's handling its own shit. Thank you, Slytherin. I appreciate that. Let's head back to the Direstone. Direstone. East of Direstone. Never eat. Okay. Right, so if north is this way, east is that way. Okay. So do we... I'm assuming we have to go this way anyway. A small rock formation hidden behind some bushes near a mural located east of the Direstone. Right, there's a mural. Oh no! No, 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 no. No. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to do it. Bestie, don't make me do it. Thank you. These bears are lovely. They genuinely don't really bother you. Like, they will just run away, and I'm like, I appreciate that. A rock formation. Is that a quarry? A rock formation behind some bushes. Oh! Rock formation? Could it be? Jumping on top of the rocks. Is it just one rock, or do I have to do them all? Oh look, they kind of glow. I don't want to have to deal with you right now. Please. I'm in the middle of doing a thing. No. I'm doing a thing. It's behind bushes. It looks like a small house. Okay, so it's not this. Although that's pretty cool. Have to murder this bear, but I have to do it or else we'll die. I don't wanna have to murder the bear. I feel really bad, I'm murdering a bear. Oh, I don't like it, I feel bad. Great bear hide, that would be really useful for armor though. Okay. East. It looks like a small house behind bushes. Hi. Right, we're still north, so we want to go east. Another bear, leave me alone. Wait, left, 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 left.
Knight Captain Rylan has sent supplies from Griffin Wing Keep.
What have I missed? Fuck, I missed it. Jesus, fuck.
Need anything?
Just, you know. Don't make me murder this other bear. Just leave. Behind some bushes. Looks like a small house.
Supplies, myself.
Oh, it's the circle of life, I suppose. Oh, not this again. I don't want to do this with you again. You're making me feel bad. We can find this house without worrying about a bloody bear. Right. Are we need it?
If your Qun is so wonderful, so fair and perfect, how does it create so many Talvashoth?
Most Talvashoth are nothing more than savages. Killing's all they know. The Ben Hasrath are trying to lose fewer people to that sickness.
It isn't a sickness. You are losing them because they see a chance for freedom. And most of them are savage, as you say, because your culture taught them nothing else. They know nothing but the Qun, so even as they fight against it, they are guided by its principles.
Watch it, Elf. You haven't seen the Talvashoth like I have. Try watching a Talvashoth kill a Tamasran and her kids. Then we'll talk.
Behind bushes looks like a small house. My goodness, V. Is it this? It's behind bushes, so I'm confused. I wish I could send a picture. I might Google it. I genuinely might Google it. I genuinely might Google it because it's gonna bother me, and I really want a flower crown. Right, flower crown. What am I looking for? Flower crown, quest, emerald graves. Oh, okay. The tiniest cave? Is that it? Hidden side quest? Yes, okay. It's in the very... Okay, let me get to my map. Direstone Camp, the closest fastest travel point. I need to head to the east, rush of size, river, and find a large mural. Tucked away behind some bushes near the mural, the player will find a rock formation in the shape of a cave. They'll need the Inquisitor to jump on top of the cave until a piece of dialogue is triggered. It takes about 50 jumps on average, with some playthroughs requiring more and some requiring fewer. The dialogue is different for every player, but once it's heard, the player should have their Inquisitor and party run away from the cave and then back to it to trigger a new line. They'll need to continue running back and forth until they hear the line, need more, have to be ready. The quest will then activate in the journal. Okay. So basically what you just said. A big mural, looking for a tiny thing. Dragons running to do things.
Good to see you, Your Worship.
The game is on screen. Thank you!
Nah, fuck this, I'm out of here. Get that fire exit door. I'm off.
So it said it's like here? On the thing it said it was like here and I've went past it, so let's have a look. I've probably done it wrong. Oh, not another bait. I can't bait it. I'm so sorry. Aww. I found it. And now we just jump. Serious gameplay, serious gamers. So this is looking like, yep, this is who I'm in love with.
Not time to come out. No, not yet.
That's so creepy.
Bring faith, bring hope, bring a dream of life.
So then do we just keep doing it and then he comes back? Until we hear, like, something else.
Need more, have to be ready.
Return with 10 crystal grace flowers. Okay. We did it! It's Super Mario Age again. Honestly, Super Mario Age just like... The tiniest cave is what it's called. It is a tiny little cave. Is that Peter Griffin? Honestly, yeah. Right, well, I know where we can get Crystal Grace. And it's here. Ariana, what are you doing here? Right, let's go down this way because there's usually Crystal Grace near here. Peter Griffin! So we just need 2 more Crystal Grace and then we can go back and then I can get a flower crown. Oh my god. Or probably there'll be more to do. I've
Inquisitor.
never heard about this. Return with 10 crystal grace, right. Okay. I can do that. I am looking for crystal grace. We're on a mission for crystal grace. Elf fruit. More elf fruit. We do need a lot of elf fruit for this garden for Skyhold. So this is a good foraging expedition. There's gonna be more lethal bears, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Today is very much like how to make friends and influence people in this stream. We are acquiring flowers. We're talking to people about their lives. This is Stardew Valley. This is what it is. Stardew Valley, but make it Dragon Age. There was crystal grace. Quite a lot. Oh. Elf fruit. I've only ever played this game as like an elven mage. I feel like it would be a really different experience to play it like as a Kunari warrior or like a rogue or something, do you know what I mean? Or as a dwarf. Like, if we ever did do another playthrough of this and did it totally differently, imagine how, like, interesting that would be. I feel like this is the most true playthrough of how I would just play it, though. It does have some differences. I feel like, obviously, just the way that your character would be perceived and things like that would be interesting. How'd you get all the way up there, buddy? For the most part, plus who they can and can't romance as well. Yeah. That's the big one. I know there's some, like, characters you can't romance at all. Ooh, I did not see you back there. Is there a way for me to look in the codex for Crystal Grace? Yeah, Crystal Grace. Can I learn anything else? Of like, I don't need stories about them. I need like where they are. I want to romance Varric. Oh, the way we would romance Varric. So hard, Slytherin. So much romancing would happen. We've went entirely a different way. To a cave. Primeval Red Lyrium. Right, we're going to go to this cave and do that Red Lyrium quest, because I feel like that's going to be useful. Bow, 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 bow. and we're foraging. So I'm guessing it's in here. Ash Warriors Refuge. We've been here before, but I think we need to deal with the red lyrium now. I mean, this is good for replayability, more so for the romance aspect than anything else in my opinion, because there's just so much. I think it changes such an aspect of the game. Hi Meow, welcome in. Just about to go to bed so Lurk can say have a nice stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. I hope you've had a good day. Sorry for the loud noise. But we've dealt with some lyrium. Cute little nugs. Also, Crystal Grace is at the bottom camp by the fortress with where the big dudes were. Thank you. Where the fortress was. Where the fortress was? On the other side? All the way over here? The big forest villa? This one? That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, besties. We are heading down this way, just so I don't get lost. But we're gonna be on the lookout. I love the music in this game, like, so much. It's just gorgeous. Had a good day and we finally have normal internet. Whoop whoop! Getting used to this HD quality. Love. Glad you've got the HD to come hang out for this game. There's a bear. There's a bear and I really don't want to deal with it, if I'm honest. It's really not for me. Embryon. We're doing really well for Elfrit, to be fair. I can see some crystal grace. 9. More Elfrit. Thank you for the med check. I took my meds today. If you are like me and sometimes forget to take your meds because life do be stinky and brains and bodies require your care, get yourself a snack, get yourself some juice, take your meds with us. Because your health is super important. Charge your min water because tonight is a great opportunity to charge it. Witchy things. Absolutely, Meow. Couldn't have put it any better myself. The only meds I remember is melatonin. And you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Crystal Grace, anyone? MD got any Crystal Grace? There's gonna be people, isn't there? Is it people or is it bears? Oh, it's dogs. Cool, 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 cool. Hellhounds. Cool. And we're looking for flowers. Okay, we can upgrade Skyhold's garden. Love to see it. Avarblade Valley. Drakestone. Oh. I can see Crystal Grace and a bear. More excited about the Crystal Grace than the bear. I'm less scared of these bears now that I've faced the big bears. See? Okay, return with 10 Crystal Grace flowers. Sure. We're returning up here. Yeah, to the tiniest cave. To the tiniest little cave to give all of the flowers. I didn't know this existed. I'm very excited about it. Okay, yeah, probably best going up the way anyway.
Something here. Better take a closer look.
Oh, I'm in a hole. I'm in a hole. Oh god. We did it. Superb belt of health. Hell yeah. Health yeah. Health yeah. We also need to go. Is this where we were going to go? Yes. We're going to go and inspect this place because I'm excited. Silver Spray Perch. We found this like chateau. Not the same as the villa. It's a chateau. And it's been abandoned, I think. Chateau d'Anterre, I think. So let's go. I didn't want to do it when I was off stream, doing little bits and bobs and getting shards and stuff. Because, yes.
Impressive place.
No guards, no staff. I suspect this place has been abandoned for some time.
A painting of Val Royaux. Nanette d'Anterre. Ma Belle Rose. So this place has been abandoned. A torn diary page. It's not fair. I want to go outside. I can hear the guests downstairs. Another party. There's always another party. Mother and father bought me a present to make me feel better. To make me better. They're just trying to shut me up. Cook's scared of me. She still calls me my sweets, but she's scared. Still, she hasn't told father or mother. She's afraid of me. More than she likes them. I don't think Cook likes herself much either these days. I have a new friend now. She'll understand me. She'll help make things fair again.
Something stirs here. Stay alert.
Those who oppose shall know the wrath of heaven. Okay. This is creepy! It's over this way. Jeanette Danterre, matriarch of the House of Danterre. Okay. Locked from the other side. Okay. Noted. The gallery.
From the look of their clothes, I'd say these men were looters.
Unlucky ones.
Anita Chaillot, beloved grandmère. So this is like a big family estate. Portrait of Abel Danterre. General Mathieu Danterre. Mathieu? Feared by dog lords. Okay. This is really creepy because there's like things that keep opening. We should have brought a rogue. Nanette Danterre, ma belle Rose. Right, so this is where we came in. We might have to... Do you know what we'll do? We'll head back out and we'll bring Varric. We'll bring Varric so that we can get in everywhere. Because I physically can't do it without him. Could bring Sarah though, because we've not really taken her out very much, but I feel like we'll take Varric. I probably should have thought of this. But alas, right. Where's the thing? Let's take... Let's take the OG3. Varric, Cassandra, and Solus. Back up the stairs. Okay, and we're back. This is so creepy and so haunted. Right. Right, big man, you can open the door. When the search... I know!
Let's look around.
Game's treating me like I've never been anywhere before. Sketch 1 of Chateau Danterre interior. So who's that?
What was that?
Rash vine.
Here, let me try.
Okay, Varric. It's kind of like the villa, but bigger. Discovered servants' quarters. And dead bodies. What was that? Creepy noises. Okay, back through here. We'll take the gold though. Everything's happening on its own and I don't like it. But I suppose it's helpful. Is that? There's something. Oh, Skelly Bones! Hi!
This place makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, you and me both, hen. You and me both. Ooh, fire agate. Read. A cook's diary. Page is tucked under a servant's mattress. Danelle noticed my unease and has been pestering me with questions about the girl. I told the dratted child to see to her duties and mind her own business, but at this rate she's going to start prying and something will have to be done about her. Danelle's not a bad sort, even if she's a bit lazy. It'd be a pity to have to tell Lord Donter that she's being troublesome. Maybe I could just have the child fired. She knows her letters and numbers. There are any number of places that would take her. It's not too late for her. I wish it weren't too late for me and the others. I must go to tend to my poor sweets. I hope today will be a good day. So the cook's frightened of someone, or doesn't like someone. Formal, right, so we're back in the garden. So we went through, have we went through the entire thing? Let's do a once over again, because I feel like there was more. Yup, I was right. Ghosties! Undead! Super creepy. And then this takes you... Oh, right, back to this bit. Okay. Another... Barrack, come open the door. There's just an undead guy just walking around. You trying to come in, babes? Yeah.
This place is creepy.
Another just takes you right back outside. What is the point in having two doors? It's a waste. Formal gardens, and this takes you back to the gallery. Right, so we've went the whole way round. Cool. We're going upstairs. There's something here. Oh, there he is. Haha! Sketch 2. Oh, it's a puzzle! Sketch 2 of Chateau Donter interior. So we're looking for the guy with the helmet. The guy with the helmet turning to the side. Okay. I do like a puzzle. It has to be said. Balcony key required. Okay, we don't have that. We don't have that. And there's something out there, it seems. More dead bodies. Loot. Don't need it. Loot. Take that. Don't need the rest. Cool. Hi.
Goodbye!
She's so dramatic. Goodbye. Okay. Things to read. The Antivan Kiss, Volume 1. Excerpt from the first volume of a popular romance serial known for frivolity and excess. Would they truly notice so brief an absence? He murmured softly. He kept his back to her, his eyes on the painting as though she did not excite the slightest interest. Would it be so very brief? She returned. The corner of his mouth twitched in smile. A small triumph that served to quicken her pulse, making her mindful of her own countenance. The garden, he murmured softly and walked away without a glance in her direction. Her journey to the hedge maze was uneventful, although her heart yet quickened. At last, he pulled her into a dark alcove. So serene, that smirk of yours, he murmured in her ear. Let me see you smile. Slowly, he pulled the ribbon that bound her mask. How kinky! The Girl in Red Crossing. Too long I have travelled. Soon I'll see her smiling. The girl in Red Crossing I'm longing to see. Oh, I know she's there, daisies in her hair, waiting by the chantry to marry me. I've dreamed of the kiss I stole neath the arbour. I've dreamed of the promise neath the old ash tree. Oh, I know she is there, daisies in her hair, waiting by the chantry to marry me. One last stream to cross, one last hill to wander, until I reach the love I'm longing to see. Oh, I know she is there, daisies in her hair, waiting by the chantry to marry me. Running through the streets, only silence follows, elven arrows sunk into the old ash tree. Oh, I know she is there, daisies in her hair, waiting by the chantry to marry me. Ruby on the green, petals lost and drifting. Take her to his side, Andraste, hear my plea. I found her lying there, daisies in her hair, waiting by the chantry to marry me. Not surprisingly, this folk song originates from the Red Crossing region, although it is known in various parts of Orlais. While clearly inspired by the events of the exalted March of the Dales, it is unknown whether the narrator and the eponymous girl are based on actual figures or are representatives of the overall losses suffered at the Red Crossing. Okay, so the Red Crossing was when basically the elves, there was like an uprising. Secret reading. Pages of a letter that have been hidden inside a copy of the Antivan Kiss, Volume 2. The box seems unassuming, but I'm told it works as intended. There's an enchantment to it. It attracted power before. If you want more details, we talk more coin. There are risks in asking too many questions. I doubt you care, as long as it helps with your little problem. I'll expect my fee in due course. From the Canticles of Threnodies. In secret they worked, magic upon magic, all their power and all their vanity. They turned against the veil until at last it gave way. Above them, a river of light. Before them, the throne of heaven. Waiting beneath their feet, the footprints of the Maker, and all around them echoed a vast silence. It's basically religious things. Superstitions. How to prevent magic formation in the earliest stages. Should mage blood run through your line, no matter how distant the relation, avoid conceiving in winter. While with child, sleep with dried embryo beneath your pillow to ensure good health. Infants and most small children will show no signs of magic. However, you can purge the body of unwanted elements before they take hold. Place leeches on each of the child's limbs. When done, burn the leeches. Make sure not to inhale the smoke. Afterwards, wrap the child's limbs in cloth blessed by a chantry sister. A child showing signs of magic may be submerged in water until the breath is nearly lost. If magic is still weak within them, it will die before the child. Should the trouble persist beyond reason, certain talismans may suppress the child's skull.
Interesting
Skill?
choice of reading material.
There are
Skull.
more books on magic and how to contain it.
That's awful.
Such attempts never end well.
That's awful. Imagine doing that. Okay, there's another skelly bones. balconies. What's that? A box. Oh, hi.
That had to hurt.
Right. So we want to get to the other side. Can we jump down? Is that a bad plan? Probably not the best plan, I'll admit, but it's a plan nonetheless. Just killing little skelly bones as we go, as you do, you know.
I can sense elven magic somewhere nearby.
Can you now? Discovered the ballroom. Love. Servants' quarters. And then it's back to... Where are we? Right, I've not even explored the ballroom. Let's go there first. You said elven... Oh, it's really pretty in here. Oh, hi! Right. Yup, more incoming. Where are they coming from? Hi, Solus. Okay. Oh my god, another one? So dark. Why is it so dark? A torn diary. I had to make myself breakfast this morning. It wasn't very good. When I saw Mother and Father, I couldn't stop crying. I don't know what to do. My friend says there's a way to be less lonely. She says not to be afraid. There are other games we can try and I will feel better. Okay.
Excellent. The wards are functioning again.
Okay. Oh, another one. Hi. Right, we wanted to come through this way. This is a lot. We've not explored in there or really in there. Oh no, we have. We have, I think. There was a staircase. Out my way, folks. Jeez. Yeah, right, there's a staircase. To an antechamber. Andraste. Whoa! Oh, right, so we're on the top floor of the ballroom now. Okay. Okay. There's a dragon. That's horrendous. Balcony key acquired, right? Bloody annoying. Lord Dunter's beast. Impressive, most certainly a fake, but of superior quality. I'd rather hang a handsome piece than something unappealing. Okay. Any other doors to any other places we can go here? Another balcony. Right, this is the other balcony from the other side. We want to get up there to get that, whatever that is. Basically. Oh. Right, so where are we? Where do we want to go? We can't get out there because there's an exciting thing. But we could go out this way, I think, and go back down, in theory. No, we've been that way, so let's go back up. I want to know what that box is. Why? I don't know, but I want to know what the box is. I think I've seen a thing! Look, it's a guy. It's the guy. With the thing. With the hat. With the hat. It's a guy with a hat. If you didn't already know. Right. I don't think we've been here yet. Oh, we definitely haven't. Bed chambers. Woohoo! Sketch number 3. The dragon with a lion's head. A torn diary page. I showed them. We had such fun, we did. Dancing and partying until everyone fell down. It was glorious. The best party ever. Father and Mother went to their room when we were done. Mother was crying. She was so happy. I held out the present. It made me better, just like they said. I have not left the house. I'm still scared of what's on the other side of the door, but maybe I'll go out tomorrow. What? So she's clearly got, whoever this daughter is, clearly has magical powers, or whoever this person is, clearly has magical powers and everyone's afraid of her. So we want to go back up here, in theory. Is it this? Okay. Okay, Miss Thing. A shakily written note. There's no one left to remind me. I can't trust the thoughts in my head. Some of them are hers, but these are mine. Key to balcony, do not use. It won't make you better. They lied. She lied. We found the balcony key. So so we can get out to get whatever that box is. What happened? What happened?
We're not alone.
Oh! Great. Aha. Great. Wonderful. We can't get out. We cannot get out. Drums in the deep. Honestly, Seth, hi. We're stuck fighting demons with the power of friendship. Hi, how are you? It's going. It do be going.
Suffering that drew the spirit here, or cruelty? At least it is over.
Dawntear crest string. Enhanced walking bomb ring. Ooh. Superb cooldown amulets. Fire rune. We have to get those. We have to get those. So let's get rid of some things. No. No. Let's try that. Chateau Dawntear, we did it. We absolutely smashed that. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Because this place is giving me the creeps. But it's going alright, Seth. How's your day going? How's your Monday been? I hope it's been going well. I hope it went well. I mean, it's nearly over. Ah, oh, my days. Right. Wonderful. Monday was sluggish. Do you know what? I understand that. I do. I understand that feeling. I'm sorry it was sluggish for you. I feel like that's been such a general consensus today. I have some time off work this week though, so it's fine. Just need a little break. Yeah. I hope you have a good time on your break. We're investigating a fall just before we go back to Skyhold. Rashvine Nettle, super useful. Is that Crystal Grace? Love. I don't want to go to Ferelden. I have to leave everything. My paintings, the cat, worst of all, Mother's little garden. It's been such a comfort to me since our passing. I don't know what I'll do, but Liesel has little Ives to think about, and the war threatens to consume more of our lay every day. So basically, she fell, she died. Right. Let us go back to Skyhold. Oh my days. We also have to investigate an elven ruin, which we haven't done today. So we might do some of that once we've spoken to some more peeps, which would be good to have done today. It is a lot of like little quests today rather than like the big one that we did last night. But I enjoy them. I enjoy them very much. Okay, we spoke to Solus. Let's go upstairs to speak to Dorian.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. You saved an empress, and now she's eating out of your hand. Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Happy to oblige. A taste of home, just for you.
Not just for me. Fun for the whole family.
Perhaps I should have invited some.
We were there. That's what counts. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
You certainly think highly of yourself.
It's true. I could be more modest, but I'd be lying. Now,
I love him.
ah, yes, me.
This guy.
I
This
am
fucking
the
guy.
scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see?
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Despair, like the ham, honestly.
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
Basically British, yeah.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it. Probably why they come up with so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
Corypheus is a figure out of Tevinter history. He was a magister.
Yes, but that was a different time. The Imperium's power was at its peak then. The Civil War had ended. The Magisterium was united, its armies scooping up bits of Thedas like candy. The Magisters who entered the Black City, It was a demonstration of how exceptional Tevinter had become.
But who were they?
No one knows. There's no record of a magister named Corypheus. All this happened 1400 years ago, before the Blight nearly wiped us out. There are no records. Today, people half believe it's all just a story. That's what I believed.
We have evidence the story is very much real.
But not who Corypheus is. If he even remembers. There used to be families who claimed some of those magisters as their own. That stopped when the Chantry appeared. Then it was shameful.
Flying phone booths over London. Madness.
All we know is that some men and women entered the Black City looking for the old gods. What did they find? According to Corypheus, nothing. And only he could tell us more.
It seems strange that an entire empire would be ruled by mages.
Strange? Why are you less qualified to rule than some tart with a fancy crown? Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The Magisterium rules. That magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
What is the Magisterium, exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi, the Chantry, and the major families. All mages now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later, lower class. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Well, yes. Technically, he can overrule laws passed by the Magisterium, but that never happens. Even so, he gets to appoint new Magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence, let me tell you.
If it's a fiction, that means mages do rule then.
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do rule, but not all mages are equal. If you're not from the right family, chances are you don't rule anything. Maybe you're even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically. The potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins. So they hold out hope. Someday my son or my son's son will be a mage. Someday. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than many occupations after all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
Let me ask you something else.
Of course.
There's an Imperial Chantry, isn't there? With its own divine.
You people aren't supposed to talk about the Black Divine, are you? If you mention him outside the Imperium, people make that face, like you're urinating in public. But yes, we do have the Chantry, or a version of it. Night and day comparing it to yours.
Is the Imperial Chantry so different from ours?
Not in theory. The main difference is in the whole magic is meant to serve man, not rule over him business. Back home, ruling the unwashed masses is serving them, for the good of the Imperium. Perhaps it started with good intentions, but these days it's academic. The circles are in command.
There are circles of magi in the Imperium.
We don't have dismal little mage prisons, if that's what you mean. They're academies, prestigious ones. We have Templars as well, but they don't cancel spells or whatever your Templars do. They're soldiers.
They don't use lyrium.
Ha! As if there'd be any left for them. They watch for abuse of magic, yes, but only those who are weak or who fall out of favor get dealt with. Mostly they enforce the Magisterium's edicts. The Chantry smiles and nods from the sidelines.
Do you really call him the Black Divine?
We don't call him that, oh no. In the Imperium, he's the true Divine. The woman sitting on the Sunburst throne is some backwater pretender. It all stems from a disagreement over Andraste. Marvelous, isn't it?
Do you consider yourself Andrastian?
The big question. It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andrastian. I simply do not believe in the Chantry. It is a relic, whether back home or here in the south. Something from a bygone age desperately clinging to relevance. It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
I share your opinion, actually.
That's not surprising, considering what the Inquisition represents. I'll say this. I may not believe in the Chantry, but I believe in you.
In me?
That the Maker sent you, whether through Andraste or fate. Cassandra is not wrong. You saw that in the future, without you, Corypheus prevails. You are our bulwark against evil.
That's true. I feel the same.
My, someone's full of themselves, aren't they?
I was just agreeing with you.
Don't agree on my account. A little doubt wouldn't harm the Herald of Andraste. Me? I've seen too much to believe I know everything. The world is bigger than I. Even bigger than you. It laughs at all the things we think we know. The Maker doesn't need me to
He is the
believe,
best.
but I do. The thought of no one at all watching out for us is too frightening.
Let me ask you something else.
So many questions.
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't, of course. At least, not officially. They'll disavow all knowledge of dangerous cultists. Secretly, many Magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to chaos in the meantime, all the better.
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could use allies.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago. We've been fighting the Qunari for what? 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that we go it alone. They'll sneer at the South behind their silk handkerchiefs and say, "You've had it easy for far too long." Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned.
Just how often is blood magic used there?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
That's what any Magister would tell you. They'd be convincingly offended by the notion too. Of course, what people call blood magic here, and what we consider blood magic, are two different things.
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm? The problem is that what's permitted only gets you so much power. And what if you need more? You always need more. That's where we get into sacrifices and demon summoning. None of that is done. Not officially. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. Real blood magic can give you an edge, a leg up against your opponents. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
Anyone who talks about the Imperium mentions slavery. It's the center of the slave trade.
Ah, that is true.
And did you have slaves?
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came south. Back home, it's how it is. Slaves are everywhere. You don't question it. I'm not even certain many slaves do.
Well, we don't have slaves in the south.
In the south, you have alienages, slums, both human and elven. The desperate have no way out. Back home, a poor man can sell himself. As a slave, he could have a position of respect, comfort, and could even support a family. Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
At least they're free. They don't have slavery forced on them.
You think people choose to be poor and oppressed? I doubt it. I don't know what it's like to be a slave, true. I never thought about it until I saw how different it was here. But I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that every tale of Tevinter excess is the norm.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
You said Alexius was a mentor of yours.
He was my patron, sponsoring me to the higher levels of the Circle of Magi. In return, my successes were his. I had a lot of successes, naturally. Alexius was most pleased. He and I used to talk over brandy about the corruption, how we could one day make real change in the Imperium. And then he gave up. He stopped trying.
Why did he give up?
On a journey to Hossberg, a Darkspawn raid killed his wife and sickened his son. I remember hearing the news. He hadn't been there, you see. Alexius was convinced he could have protected them. The guilt tore him up. I helped him with his research for a while, and then we drifted apart.
That must have been difficult.
Back then, I was furious. I told him to snap out of it, move on. I thought I had all the answers. Later, I regretted my hasty words. But we didn't speak again until he approached me for the Venatori. Too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy drinking. One must have priorities.
Was it hard being away from him?
It was hard not having a patron, yes. I'm not exactly built to fit in. At any rate, he's fallen so low, I doubt he'll ever get up. Sad, really.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Well, we learned a lot.
What's on your mind?
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Popular topic. Anything specific?
We've already asked all that.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
I should go.
As you wish.
Oh! Hi, little buddy. There's a ladybug. There's a ladybug. Hi. Lore. Hi, little buddy. Look. It's a ladybug. Hi. You're so sweet. It was upside down. You were upside down. I don't know how you got in here, but hi. I'm having a little moment. Me and this ladybug are becoming good friends. I'd freak out. Hi. You coming over this way? Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna have to put you outside. Give me 2 minutes. I need to put it outside. I just put it on my windowsill. Like, not outside, but on my windowsill. So it's at the window is open. If it wants to stay, it can stay. If it wants to leave, it can leave. Sweet little bean! Because I don't wanna like force it out. We got lore. We found out things. We should probably speak to Leliana as well.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems. A message from Divine Justinia.
That's a shock. You're all right reading it.
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Anyone but Vivienne. Interesting.
Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
You're always looking for some way to benefit, aren't you?
It's what I'm here for. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
They called you the left hand of the Divine.
That they did? What of it?
What is the point of an Inquisition?
Justinia would have started the Inquisition if the Divine Conclave failed to restore peace. She hoped that with enough support, we could challenge the very tenets of the Chantry. She wanted the Chantry to treat the mages fairly. But sometimes I wonder, why stop at mages? The Chantry has committed many injustices. If we're going to change it, why not change the whole thing? It's just a thought. None of this will be possible if we fail.
I'm sorry she didn't live to see the Inquisition.
So am I.
I could use the left hand of the Divine at my side out there.
Every agent out in the world is my eyes, my ears, my blade. Wherever my people are, I am also. Coming with you, leaving my post, would blind and bound me. Do you see?
What exactly does the left hand of the Divine do?
A Divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
Why did Justinia have so many enemies?
There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. Unlike many, she wasn't given to the Chantry as a child. She chose it, and somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm.
So you were her spy master too?
I handled difficult situations that couldn't be resolved through more delicate means.
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Was there something more than friendship between you?
You're asking if we were lovers? Typical. I was devoted to her, therefore it must be romantic. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother.
Hi, Schmusic. Welcome in. How are you?
To answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea. I was at my lowest. Broken, lost.
How was work?
And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
We'll talk more later.
Silvaric knew where the champion was all along. That's the last time we sent Cassandra to interrogate.
I'm alright. I've had a bit of a shit day, but we're having a wonderful time in Dragon Age. Just making friends with everyone. Today's been a lot of talking to everyone, finding out more about the lore of the game and their characters and their backstories, which has been really interesting.
Let's talk about you.
Me?
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I trained to be a spy from a young age. Learned from the best. For a while, I was wildly happy. I loved the thrill of that life, the danger. But nothing lasts forever. I went into hiding, and when I emerged, the Divine called on me. She presented me with my own network of spies, and said I was the only one she could trust.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
You have a history with the Warden who entered the Blight, don't you?
I had the privilege of calling her friend before she died. The world seemed much duller after that. It still does.
Boring as fuck, very repetitive day. Oh, I feel like this today, Monday, has been like genuinely like such a repetitive like day. I hope the rest of your day is so good that it makes up for the shit beginning. Honestly, my day's almost over. It's like 11 PM, but it's been an absolutely rancid day. Like a 0 - 10 out of 10 until I started streaming, so all of you lovely people. Speaking of lovely people, hello hotties, how are we? Hi, how are we doing? Welcome in, Pancake, how are we? How we doing?
What do you know of Morrigan?
I first met her when we were traveling with the hero of Ferelden. We never really got along. Morrigan can be a powerful ally. Just never forget that she's here because she wants something. Work with her, learn from her, trust her if you must, but never underestimate her.
You seem to know Josephine quite well.
I met her a long time ago, but we didn't become good friends until years later. After the Blight, in fact. I'd just returned to Val Rayo, and she welcomed me back.
Munching on some chicken? Love.
She was the Antivan ambassador at the time, you see. The ball was... alright. Too many politicians. At midnight, Josie and I left to find a real party. We've been friends ever since.
What do you consider a real party?
It's not a real party until someone's small clothes are pinned to a chantry board. And that's all I'm saying about it.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am. I didn't get the chance to say so earlier, but welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the Fade physically.
And you've done it twice now. Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
Anything I should know?
Celine has cemented power in Orlais. Good, we need an ally like her. At the moment, she's said to be rooting out the last of Gaspard's supporters. Once that is done, we will have a united Orlais behind the Inquisition.
Anything I should know? It seems that the Olesian army is awaiting our next move. Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause, others are still suspicious. Our actions are under a great deal of scrutiny. Anything I should know? I've agents stationed by the ruins of Haven should Corypheus or his lackeys return. So far nothing, and the breach has been quiet for some time. There is something at least. Anything I should know? Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle and resumed his duties as Lord. The people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many. Anything I should know? I've nothing to report at the moment.
That's us.
I'll leave you to your work.
We basically just bothered her for a lot of information. We want to go out to see Vivienne. I hope work's going well. Pancake, I hope it's going well for you. Commander Helene.
Far be it for me to suggest a training adjustment.
Vivienne.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help. There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivienne. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but you won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would do no less for you, after all.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Okay.
Do you need something, my dear?
What are your thoughts about the others in the Inquisition?
Whether Cole is a spirit or a demon is irrelevant. Neither can be trusted, my dear. Remember that. How may I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
If the Circle disbanded, how can you still belong to it?
The Circle is an idea, my dear. And an idea cannot be dissolved. Many of the first enchanters voted for rebellion, caring little that anything short of a unanimous decision would pit mage against mage. Rather than dissolving it, Grand Enchanter Fiona's vote split the Circle in two. The rebels follow her, the loyalists follow me.
If you led all the loyalists, why are you only First Enchanter and not Grand Enchanter?
Grand Enchanters are elected, and since there are no First Enchanters besides myself, no vote can be held. I could name myself Grand Enchanter, but the title holds no meaning now. When the circles are restored, that will change.
What was it like to live in a circle?
My dear, your question is the root of all problems with mages. I cannot tell you. Every circle was different. Their Templars were different, their politics unique. And every person within each tower had an experience of circle life unique to themselves. Some people suffered and some were content. Some were cruel, some compassionate, and some indifferent. The same is true of people everywhere, in all circumstances, whether they are mages or not.
So tell me about your personal experience with the Circle.
I enjoyed life in the Montsimard Circle, my dear. It was an edifice devoted to knowledge and refinement. And there is comfort to be had, you know, in the company of fellow mages. Those born without magic will never truly understand us.
You must have been under constant supervision, being forced by Templars to live in the tower. Was that hard to endure?
My dear, I have a suite in the palace and a wing at my dear Duke Bastien's estate. I've never been forced to live anywhere. Most circles allowed mages to live away from the tower, either on their own or in service to the nobility. All that was required was permission from the first enchanter. Some circles were harsher in their restrictions. Kirkwall was the worst, but it was the exception. Most were quite permissive, perhaps too permissive in retrospect.
How did we come to this state with the Circles in revolt?
A failure of perspective that infected Circle leadership. Mages lived solely in a world of Templars and mages. They could not even imagine what was beyond the tower walls. Kirkwall gave the world a reason to remember its fear of magic. A mage killed hundreds with a snap of their fingers. Across Thedas, a new tangible fear of magic grew. Commoners and nobles alike called out to the Chantry for protection. But the malcontents in the towers thought nothing of this. They cared only for themselves and for their anger at the new Templar restrictions. When a mage attempted to assassinate Divine Justinia, again, the mages protested the investigation. The leadership chose to vote on independence based on the intolerable conditions imposed by the Templars, sparing no thought to the fact that magic was more feared in the aftermath of these attacks than it had been since Tevinter's day. So long as they had their freedom, they could care little for riots, angry mobs, or about pitting mages against each other.
Did they have cause to rebel?
In the aftermath of their terrorist attacks? Was that really the most opportune time to break away? By all means, protest abuses by the Templars. Just don't do it in a way that says mages support wholesale murder. By voting when they did, my colleagues all but declared war upon the ordinary people of Thedas. A war in which we are outnumbered 100 to 1.
I thought the fighting was only between mages and Templars. Why are mages fighting mages?
The vote for independence was carried by only a small margin, but Fiona chose to let the motion stand. Those who opposed a rash declaration of war against the entire free world had little choice. By breaking from the Chantry when they did, the rebels declared themselves in support of mass murder. Anyone who did not wish to support terrorism and the slaughter of innocents was forced to take arms against the rebels.
Are you familiar with Grand Enchanter Fiona?
We've met. Before her horrendously ill-timed and selfish vote for independence, I thought her adequate at her job. In her dotage, she could not handle looking after the well-being of so many people.
The mages chose
We
to
would
stay
have
with
done better
England?
to replace
Crazy.
her years
Crazy.
ago to let her spend time gardening. Do you need something, my dear?
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Montsimard while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a Circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became
It's
vacant,
like so
I
many
was
of them
able
didn't
to
fully
secure
understand the implications, nor should they have the first place. Stop it!
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine.
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron of the arts. She passed away from a fever a few years ago, the poor dear.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this to lighting lamps and doing parlor tricks. In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
Okay. She's an interesting one, it has to be said. Vivian's alchemy notes.
I can't make heads or tails of this. Age regression. Who is this potion for?
Something about age regression. She's trying to make a thing for age regression. Maybe she's trying to keep herself young and she just doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe that's what it is. There's a snowy wyvern in the exalted plains. Exactly. She could be just trying to keep herself young. Hi, Solus.
Venon.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shira.
I love him. I love him so much. But we need to go join Leliana at the Chantry in Valence and then go get a snowy wyvern. So let's... Valence Cloister. Okay. Put it away, babe. Leave me alone. Do I just want to go on my own? Take Solus and Cassandra. We'll take Cole, because I'd never take him... Wait, where's Cole? We never take him anywhere. Let's take him here. Listen, I can't help it. I love him.
It's just as I remember it. You didn't tell me you'd been here before. After the Blight ended, I came here to see Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother. I needed her wisdom after the hero of Ferelden died. So, where's this hidden treasure? Straight to business. It's why I like you, Inquisitor.
Leliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lady, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
I wish more people would fail to recognize me.
Oh, I see.
Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch.
Above all, that strength.
Darkness. Live in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
I was in the cloister in Lothering when the Blight began. There was a lot of fear back then. No one knew what was going to happen. Whether we would...
Above all, that strength lives in an open heart. That light has no fear of darkness.
Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. up the traditions of a most beloved divine.
That is lovely to hear. I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes, spectacular, isn't it? The enemies are making their move.
Feel. Aha.
What was that? Looks like we opened something. Sorry to keep you waiting. Good old Leliana was playing you the whole time. Didn't you realize? They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist. Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her. An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move. I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here. She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thidas away from the true Chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them. We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us, join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Why do we have to make the decision? Why do we have to make this decision? I don't know what to pick. I don't know what to pick. If we kill her... If we kill her... I feel like... It depends on your relationship with Leliana. Adam, what is the best course of action here? Let her go so she can soften more? So if we kill her, does Leliana just become like an absolute bitch? What happens? I don't know how you've interacted with me and Leliana have been fine. We've been good. We've been vibing. She will die regardless. Okay.
We don't have to kill her. No. I must protect the Inquisition. She is an enemy.
I see what you've become. The righteous stand before the darkness. and the Maker shall guide them.
No, this can't be it. There's nothing here.
So I hardened her personality. Great! Great!
It's not what you expected. That doesn't mean it's nothing.
There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Sacrifices are necessary. You know that.
I know. And hearing you agree gives me the courage to do what must be done. Justinia tried to save me. But all it's done is made me realize I don't need saving. There is work to be done. I'll see you back at Skyhold.
I didn't even realize I was hardening her. I was just, you know. Oh, a dagger. Well, you know, Jesus, fuck. Oh, yeah, Cassandra for sure. Great. 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 Inquisitor uses Harden? Accidentally? Didn't realize? Let's go check on her. Hello everyone, hello, yes, yep, totally haven't just changed an entire character. Yep. Hi, bestie.
Scrambling after the loss of her agent.
Good. Her support base is in Morale. Tear it down. Grand Cleric Victoire wishes to make an enemy of the Inquisition. I'll give her what she wants. Doesn't Victoire have a young cousin? Lord Firmin? She dotes on him.
Yes, mistress. I believe that is so.
Good. Have him collected. He shall be an honored guest, and make sure the Grand Cleric hears about it.
At your command.
She's just out here kidnapping people now.
Is everything under control?
Perfect. The Grand Cleric and others like her will fall in line soon enough. You see, when I'm ruthless, it gets us where we need to be. It's something to be proud of. Why fix it? How funny that her regret is what finally puts my own to rest. I chose to become her left hand, knowing what it meant. It was my weakness that stopped me from fully committing to my task.
You have a good heart. It's not a weakness.
You are too kind, Inquisitor. Call it what it is. The Inquisition needs me just as the Divine did, to do what no one else dares. Death and deception are my trade.
It is what I am. It is what I always will be.
She's kind of terrifying now, I'm not gonna lie. Didn't expect this.
At your service, my lady. Anything I should know? I've nothing to report at the moment. I'll leave you to your work.
I'm gonna miss Sister Leliana, honestly, yeah. Oh, we gained power though. Woot woot. Have a great rest of stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Enjoy rest of work. I know you won't, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That's intense. I didn't
Inquisitor.
I didn't anticipate that we'd have to do that. Let's check our journal. Okay, what Pride had wrought. Oh, that's for big things. Memories of the Grey. We still haven't been to the Fallowmire or in Priest de Leon, but I feel like we'll do that throughout the week, this week. We still have one more target to take down in Priest de Leon for Cassandra. We still have to take Dorian to the Gull and Lantern, but it just won't. It just, I can't explain how many times I've taken this man to this bloody tavern and nothing happens. Talk to Sarah about the march. Need to get Red Lyrium. Bring me the heart of Snow White. Oh my god. Obtain the heart of a snowy wyvern from the Exalted Plains. Raid Sarnia Quarry. So we need to raid Sarnia Quarry, but that'll be in Priest de Leon. So that'll be a big day when we do in Priest de Leon, which is not happening today because it's 11:30. We need to do some more things in the Exalted Plains. For the Dalish, we could give that to them. We haven't been to the Fallowmire either. Forbidden Oasis. We haven't been there. Frostbite Basin we don't have to do right now. Hinterlands, Hissing Wastes, we also haven't been there. And we haven't been to the Lost Temple of Dirthamen. Hidden off from the southern coast of the Waking Sea, the Lost Temple of Dirthamen protects an ancient elven artifact of impossible value. Crumbling and flooded after ages of neglect, it is a dark, dangerous place full of despair. Love. The Storm Coast is more just like an anti-venom request. That's literally all we have to do there. Western Approach, we still have to disable the time magic. Oh, we could do that maybe tomorrow, because that would be useful. Keystones collected, we could do that soon. We could also get the dragon thing done and some more things to do. It's like a wet, dark, deep roads, the Elven Ruins. Love to see it. So we have things that we need to do. We could go to the Exalted Plains and get that for Vivienne, because then that's like what was asked of us we could go do. So let's go do that. Okay, so we're probably best going from the Fens camp. We'll take our usual from the usuals. We will explore more friendships. It's just a lot of lore that you get, and I feel like I want to break up the lore dumps of people's backstories and information. So it's not just like going from one person and spending 15 minutes talking at them. To like throughout the days, so we can spend this week making friends. Right, Snowy Wyvern. That's where we're heading. So we're best going this way. So welcome back to the Exalted Plains. It's one of my, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites in terms of like things you can do or like plotline stuff, but I really love all the elven lore. That's become one of my favorite things. Like learning about Mythal and all that kind of thing. Like that's been really fun. Because as like the first kind of time I played this, I haven't finished it obviously. I'm very much in new territory now. It's more like I didn't really take in a lot of the info, whereas reading it and like taking it in a bit more, it's just really immersive and really, really fun. And I really appreciate yous, you know, coming out and watching this playthrough, because I know it's been a lot of streams, but I'm glad yous have been enjoying it, because I've been really enjoying it. Right, a snowy wyvern, I'm assuming I'm getting flashbacks from the Fallowmire. Oh god. I'm assuming that that's just going to be all water. Right, that doesn't look like a snowy wyvern. That just looks like a whatever it's called. Ow. We could give Vivian the heart of a common wyvern, but I want her to like us, so we're not gonna do that. So a white wyvern, I'm assuming. Oh, there it is! Oh, there it is! Hi! I gotta kill you! This other wyvern at the back's just like, I'm not getting involved. I just want to be me. Solus is just constantly giving me a little barrier. Love you. Bull. Bull, are you good? Done. Bull. What the fuck was that, my guy? Okay, let's head back to Skyhold. Okay, so plans for the week. Plans for the week. We need to do Dirthamin, the Fallowmire, and Priest de Leon, the Hissing Wastes, and then the big stuff, basically.
What can I do for you, my dear? Is it too much to hope that you've brought me the heart of the snowy wyvern?
If you want the Wyvern's heart, you'll have to tell me what you're using it for.
I can do better, darling. Give me the heart, and I'll show you what it's for. Will that suffice?
All right. 1 heart, as requested.
How kind of you. Please accept this as your payment. I must begin work immediately. You have been a dear friend, and I would like you to come with me.
Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going?
This should only take a moment, Inquisitor. I'm here, my darling.
Vivienne,
Yes, darling.
it's going to be all right, my love.
My darling? Bastien?
Vivienne, I'm sorry.
There's nothing here now.
Are you kidding me? I would have been so much nicer to her if I knew that was going on. I wouldn't have been as like, tell me what's going on. I'd have been like, here. I hope she's okay. I'm gonna go see if she'll talk to us. Can't talk. Gotta go see Vivienne. It's so sad. Hi Ebony, welcome in. How are you? The trauma you're going through this playthrough, honestly, the trauma of it all.
If you require any assistance.
Bastien is dead. I can hardly believe. It was the Wintersend Ball. My first visit to the Imperial Palace. The Circle sent a dozen of us to entertain the nobility. I was in awe of everyone and everything, and then our eyes met. Bastien spent the entire ball at my side. The Dowager tried to have him killed for slighting her, but he didn't care.
Falling in love across a crowded ballroom. Sounds like something out of a children's story.
He was a dashing rogue, and any defects he might have had were made up for with rank and importance. It was a more innocent time, I suppose. And now he's gone, and I must write to his son Laurent. And his sister will make a terrible fuss if she isn't informed first. And I'll need to arrange for the chantry services. Maker only knows how long that will take.
If I can help you, just say the word.
No, my dear. I'll handle everything. Excuse me, I have so much to do. Inquisitor, what can I do for you, darling?
I can, I don't think.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Why don't you tell me more about your Duke?
Bastien was the leader of the Council of Heralds. The only person who could bring that rabble into line. He could charm a bird out of its feathers, and frequently did. I remember once, he broke up a fight between Prosper de Montfort and the Dowager with a joke and a glass of wine. Oh, Bastien. I'm sorry, my dear. I don't think I can discuss this.
Oh, hi, Ebony. Thank thank you so much for coming back. I hope you're doing well. I hope your day's going well. Oh, we've got an exclamation mark. Why do I have an exclamation mark? And where is it? This is... Okay, we're just gonna have to search for it because my maps aren't working. Right. We've got an exclamation mark, which means somebody wants to talk to us, importantly. But I don't know where that is. So we're going on a bit of a mission. Is it Cullen? Oh, I fell off the thing. Is it Cullen? Is it this way? We're just gonna double check where everything could be. Right,
You have to admit,
not
it looks
you.
bad.
It looks like a lot of things, except what you're thinking.
I'm doing okay, just woke up and had breakfast and coffee. Love that for you. I hope it was good. I hope your day, is it Tuesday for you there? Oh, there's a thing. Is that a Grey Warden? Oh, it's because we can do the courtyard. Right. Do we do the garden? Or do we do a courtyard upgrade? We get more power. Oh, we also need to do the Venatori intelligence. Invest in the garden space to increase utility while reflecting the Inquisition's needs. Increase the ability to grow herbs or create a chantry space. Skyhole garden.
Consider it done.
Beautiful. Right, do I need to talk to you?
Oh, Bells, it's you. Morris. Sir Morris, I suppose. I am serving.
I'm gonna try and do everybody's backstory.
Arriving throngs. Stores are growing, and so long as we have fair coin to restock, you and yours will be well served.
The previous quartermaster survived Haven. Where is she?
She had views. Has views. Perfectly legitimate ones if you share them, Inquisitor. I believe it was felt that your quartermaster should be more palatable now that the Inquisition is in Orlais. She continues to serve, just not at the fore.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers, given them what for. I think I like this job.
What makes you ideal for this position? It's an important one.
My family has ties to several freehold militias, as well as cousins acting as officers in Ferelden and Orlais.
And your qualifications?
My family holds treaties with 3 new money Tevinter houses, and a rare Orzuma contract with a Paragon namesake.
And your qualifications?
To be honest, your worship, that was my question. I am the nexus of a dozen threads tied by others, designed to cast the widest and most appealing resource net. But I will rise to the occasion. Skyhold will want for nothing. I swear it.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
Okay. Let's go back to the war table. Because I think things will be finished. We just need to get more elf root for the courtyard. And some other things. What is happening out here though?
That's the lot. Strange bit of kit for a fortress.
Who wants to talk to me? Oh, there's the thing we need to do. The upgrade. Herb garden. 100%. Morrigan wants to talk to us, I think. Or does she? What's happening over here? Who... Is it Cullen that wants to talk to us? I don't know. Who wants to talk to us? People want to talk to us. Read. Patron of the Arts. Songs collected. Stunning. Wonderful. Plant new seeds. Cool. Oh, that's wonderful. I was looking for a new thing. Right. Rare. Fruit, Weatherstock, Rastrine, Nettle, Prophet's Laurel, Ghoul's Beard, Philandrous, Dragonthorn, Black Lotus. More elf fruit. Okay, as I was saying, back to the war table. Had a bagel with butter on it for breakfast. That sounds amazing. Sounds so good. Okay, we want to go and deal with this. The Arcanist in the Fade. Reward received. Arcanist Dagna was supplied with remnants of exposures to the rifts in the Fade, and she's done something. It's perhaps best to contain her efforts to the Undercroft from now on. Okay, she's done something. Cool, cool, cool. Aid those impacted by the Civil War. A letter marked with a Chevalier seal. It was an honour to fight alongside the soldiers of the Inquisition. The demons stood little chance. You run an impressive army, Commander. Nothing seals an alliance like the bonds formed in battle. Maybe find similar victories together in future. Chevalier Doucet. Okay, and then we had Dance with the Dowager. To the leadership of the Inquisition, it comes as a great shock to me that the organisation that claims to be defending us from the breach holds an interest in walnut farming. Perhaps you intend to throw unshelled nuts into the sky to repel demons. Truly, such matters are beyond my expertise. If you have a legitimate claim to Leliana, I should like to hear it. Comte Marius de Poisson. We got Ruby, Dance with the Jared. We got another one? Right, we'll send...
Let's see what we have.
We also have... Is this one of the long ones? Yeah.
Let us begin.
Present for Bianca. Love to see it. Unmask those across the sea.
All right.
That's us got some things on the go, which we will have a look at tomorrow.